Hi friends, welcome to Taci Studio. I'm Taci, and today we're going to talk about everything that I did in July and August of this year, and I can't wait to share all my adventures with you. So I wanted to record outside, but it was too hot, but I will take you on a little tour of my view, and then we're gonna go inside and talk about knitting. I hope that you like that and stay with me. My objective today was to record outside so you could see a little bit of our view and how beautiful it is outside. But as I went outside to record, and I only have a certain window of time today, they started cleaning the street, and it was so loud I just could not record outside. It was just impossible. So, and in a way it was good because it's so hot still here in Oregon today, and I don't know that I was going to be able to do the whole entire video outside. But let's start with, I am not going to start with my what I'm wearing today, and I'm also wanted to make a disclosure to tell you that I am going to try to edit my videos the least possible, so this way not only is more genuine of what I am talking to you, but also that it doesn't take so long, because sometimes it takes me a couple of days just editing the videos, and I want to spend more of my time here with you and knitting, of course. So let's start today with I am not wearing anything that I needed or crochet because it's so hot outside. I just could not wear something that it was needed, even if it was cotton or something more light. Then I am going to start by showing you what I finished, and this video is about everything that I finished and everything that I did in July and August. And starting from next month, I think I'm going to go back to updating you every month on my projects. So I will update once a month, but I will also in between post what I have been trying to do is post some a project review of some of the projects that I did, and some of especially the garments. So I'm still going to put a project review for one of them in September, and then I will have another update for you coming up in September, in the end of September. But this is going to be everything that I knit and everything that I crochet in the month of August, July and August. So let's start with the start of the month of July and August, which was my Ilia sweater modified. This sweater is actually knitted as a full winter sweater, but I modified mine for a summer sweater. So I made mine in knitting for olive pure silk. So, and here's my entry on my journal, and the Ilia sweater is by Orlane Suche, and I'm sorry if I am pronouncing this wrong. It's the way that I can say it. But I will also write here so you can see, and I'll put a picture of the sweater itself. I made mine this size 3 because I modified and made mine a size bigger and with a smaller needle because I changed the gauge and the yarn that I was using. I knit mine with a US 3 for the rib and a US 4 or 3.5 millimeters for the body. So I started this on July 5th, and I finished on July 31st. I was saying that I used the US 3 for the rib and a US 4 3.5 millimeters for the body. And I modified a few things on this tee because I made mine as a tee, and I made mine to wear at the flocking fiber. And I'm sorry, it's a little bit wrinkled because I have already, it was folded, and I keep my knitted garments in a folded plastic bag just in case. So it was folded and it's a little bit wrinkled. I made a few modifications, as I said, the yarn, this size of needles, and when I picked up for the sleeves, I only did one row, and then I went and did the rib. For the sleeves, I only did 3 repeats of the rib, and I did the same rib, of course, at the bottom, and did the 4 repeats as she suggests. And I think that's about it. I think that I needed about 1 extra inch on the length, and but I do have a project review just exclusively for this garment, and if you want to watch that, I will post here in the end of this video. I'll put a link to that video so you can go and watch that one. And so this is about it, and I wore mine for the Flock and Fiber Festival in Seattle, which was fabulous. And I also have a little review of the festival and posted that as a video here, so if you want to watch that one also. I just had so much fun. It was absolutely fantastic. I always have a fantastic time, and I cannot wait to go again next year. My next finished object is something that had been on my needles since I believe was March of this year, and I should have marked everything on my journal, so I didn't have. Actually, I started again. I had started last year, then I think I put it on, it was hibernating, and then so I started on April of 2024. Then it was hibernating for a while, and because I couldn't decide on the colors, the contrasting colors, I just had the 2 colors that I really wanted to make. And it was actually my traveling project. So I started again, I picked it up again in January 25 of 2025. And is my Soho Square by Jackie Rose. And I don't think I could be any happier with it than I am. I absolutely love the colors that I chose. I think it's not a secret for anybody that I love yellow. I knew I was going to use this yellow here, but when I decided to put the other yellow in there, I wasn't sure if they were going to go because it wasn't on the same hue, but I am super happy with how it turned out. It's so fun, and I'm gonna try to put it a little bit on me and for you to see how I'm going to wear like this, or I can pull this forward and have this color showing a little bit, but I can also have it goes the other way. And I made a top for myself, the mock neck tank in this same color here, and I'm gonna give you all the information. I am super happy with how this turned out, and I can't wait. I think it's gonna be on rotation all the time this fall, and I for sure will make another one. Not sure that I'm going to start another one right away, but I am going to make another one because it's super nice. And I made mine as a traveling project, being that every time we traveled anywhere, and we go to a place once a month, and in Southern Oregon, and we love spending time there. And every time we go, my husband drives. Thank God, I'm very lucky that he drives. So it makes it a lot nicer for me to be able to knit all the way there and back. And that was my traveling project, to knit in the car. I used Pearl Soho linen quill in the colors Kettle Black and Oatmeal Gray, and both of those are linen quill. So for the main color, I still have 40 grams of this one, but I do have the and 30 grams of the black. And I don't know why, but oh, maybe because I used the black as the color that I also made the little vein in the middle. Maybe that's why. But I also have the band for the yarn inside there. So let's see if I can take one of them and see how much. It's only 1 gram for this, so it only affected 1 gram, so it's not very much. So I have 30 grams of the black and 40 grams of the oatmeal color left over. I also, the other 2 colors that I used was this, I think it's called Suns Up, and it's a lamb and kid yarn, and I have to look up the name for this too and the colors to confirm, but I will write it down for you. And I think this one, if I am not mistaken, is Ritual Dyes Fool's Gold. I believe that's correct, but I will write down just to make sure, and I'll put some pictures so you can see. And that's it for that one, and I am so very happy. And I think that I said in the beginning, but it's the Soho Square by the fabulous Jackie Rose. She is the queen of colors, and I love how she puts colors together. So I think that's why also I took so long to choose the colors, because she does such a great job that I felt like I should choose perfect colors for that project. But I think that it turned out perfect, don't you? The next thing that I did, I believe I started actually in August. Yes, I did. I started in August and I finished in August, and that is the River Beanie. And I also forgot to write down the name of the designer, but I will find that for you real quick here. But I made this as part of my Christmas projects that I start in July, and I actually started something else in July. I make the little face wash and face and body washcloths for my kids and my husband every year, and that one I started in July. And I started the beanies. I try to make a hat either for Christmas or their birthdays, and I started and finished one, and this one is one for my husband. And this I made with the camellia fiber and this one is the CFC, and I'm looking down so I can give you the exact information. Is the CFC Organic Merino Sport, 100% merino wool, and this color is the chicory. And this one is a non-superwash organic merino wool, and it has 328 yards or 297 meters on 100-gram skein. And I made this one, and I will tell you, I've been waiting and weighing each one of them to see how much I have leftovers to let you know. And I have 48 grams, so which means if I had 100 grams and I have 48 grams, I have almost half of the yarn here, so I could possibly make another one and maybe make the brim with a different yarn. This is just amazing that I only needed to use half of the yarn, and I think it's correct because when I weigh the hat, it weighs about the same that it says I have leftovers. So I am pretty excited. I can make another one. Actually, I could make a little bit smaller one for my grandson. He loves when I make a hat matching for him and for Baba, which is what he calls Grandpa. So I think that's a great idea. I'm very happy about that, and that's gonna be something that he is going to really like. So the next thing I did finish is supposed to still be a secret project. I did a test knit, and I am not supposed to give too much information. I can just give little glimpses, but the project is not going to be released until I think sometime in September. So I'm just gonna give a little glimpse for you to have an idea. It was a test knit for Alicia Plums, and I started this on June 27 of this year, of course, and I finished on July 9th. So it took me just a little bit over a month, but I did not I never knit exclusively in just one project, because I'm always doing at least 2 or 3 now. I used to have a lot of different projects on my needle, but it just makes me stressed when I have too many things and I don't finish something. So I usually have 2 or 3 projects and my traveling project going. So I made this one on natural fibers called Essential Luxuries, and it's a super fine 3-ply DK yarn featuring a blend of 80% alpaca and 20% wool. I really enjoyed doing this project. I knitted mine on a US 3 or 3.25 millimeters, and it was a pretty quick knit, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it this winter because it's going to be really fun. But I will be showing more pictures and more information soon when the project is released. and so I will have more information for all of you, and I'll have all the details when I get that one done. The other thing that I finished a lot of things this when I was gathering them to be able to show you all. I was so excited about how much I finished in July and August. But I have to say that I think, and I think we all know that, is that summer garments are a little bit easier. And then when you make a summer garment and just a small cowl or bandana, and you make a hat, then they all go pretty fast. So it's kind of fun to see all the new things that I have to show you all. And so my next one is my sabai top. I made this, and it's kind of hard to show black, very, very hard to show that on camera, but I made this on it's the sabai top number 2, I think, and it's by Suzanne Mueller. And I made mine for myself and made it on a size medium, which is the size 3, I believe. And I used a size 6 or 4 millimeter needle, and I made mine with the Sandnes Garn Line on the color black. The color is actually 8561, and I started mine on May 23rd, and I finished on July 5th of this year. So it was also a quick knit, and it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed. I have not made a project review for this one yet, so in a couple of weeks I will have a project review, and I will have the details about how I knitted mine. This sabai top, I think it's very known, and a lot of people have knitted it, and there are 2 different versions on the same pattern. And I knitted mine without ribs, with just the raw edge for the neck, and the same thing over here, but I made a little modification where I put 1 purl roll here. I like to do that at the bottom when my sweaters or garments, so when it's going to roll this way, so it doesn't roll too much, and then the garment ends up being a little too short. So when you do that, it prevents from rolling too much, and I feel that it gives a little bit more of a finished edge. So I will give more details in a couple weeks on my next project update, but I think that's it for finished objects for me, and I am so very happy with that one, and I really enjoyed. And this was my entry on my journal for that project, and I am super happy with how much I accomplished this summer. And some of these things were on my wish list. I did not make a make 9 plan, but I do make a wish list in the beginning of the year. I was going to do a review in July, but I decided that for the sake of not putting too much pressure on myself, I am just going, I did not do the review, but I am very happy with what I accomplished. And in the end of the year, I will do a review of everything I needed for the year and what I accomplished from my wish list. So now I'm gonna go on with you. I've been trying very, very hard to not cast on too many things, because now I am really on a mode for fall. Even though It is so hot outside today that I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to record outside. So, but I already feel that need to start, and this year to start knitting with fall yarn and with warmer yarn. And this year I also decided that from now on I'm gonna start knitting for the next season a little bit earlier, so when the season gets here I have some of those garments that I really want to wear on that season, even though I do have things from the prior season and the prior year. But it's also kind of fun to start planning and having some of those things that just feels like you're making that transition to the next season. So I have decided to start knitting that way now. And of course, one of the things that I also have talked about is I am trying to also continue to knit my socks. I bought the Calf Club from socks from Summerlee last year. I made a couple of them, even though the Calf Club is where she has one main sock and project. She has one main sock pattern, and then she gives you one new cuff with, last year it was all color work. For this year, because the year starts for this club in August, for the Calf Club number 2, she is going to have different things. So for the first one, which is in August, and I'll post a picture here, she gives us 2 patterns. And sometimes she also did that for the Calf Club, the first one, which is like, I believe in December, she had 2 patterns. So sometimes she will give an extra one. But last year and this year, she, for the very first pattern, she gave us 2 patterns, and this year they're both adorable, and I think I'm gonna have to make both. So that's going to be the one for August, I believe, and I am going to make at least one of them in August, because I'm about to finish this one. And this one is also from Summerlee, but it's a different pattern. This one was her comfort core socks, and I'm making for myself. Most socks I make for myself. It's really hard to make socks for other people because I'm never sure if it's going to fit right. But she released this pattern, and it's called the Comfort Core, as I said, and she released this pattern as an attempt to figure out how she could make the socks a little bit more comfortable for walking. I have to be honest with you, I've been I think you all know, on a quest to try to knit the perfect socks for my feet. I have type 1 diabetes, and the knitted socks don't feel very comfortable on my feet. But I keep trying, and this one, she said she made the bands and this band going around to fit like a sport socks, and I actually feel that it does fit me better. But the other thing that I figured out with knitting these socks is that knitting on a 9mm, I knit this one, the top of the socks, the cuff, with the magic loop method, and then when I got here, I've been knitting the whole time with the 9 millimeters, and my gauge is completely different from the foot to here. And on with this gauge here, with this needle, it looks like I have a tighter gauge, which feels a lot better on my feet. So I might start making all of my socks, because in the beginning it was a little bit uncomfortable for me to knit with a 9 millimeters, but now I'm getting more comfortable with how I hold the needles, and it does not hurt my hands at all. So I think I'm going to change to knit my socks all with the 9 millimeters, and all I'm going to do is when I do the heel and for the very end, if I need to, but I've been doing the toes with a 9 millimeter without any issues. But I know for sure I'm not going to be able to do the heels. But I really also like the afterthought or the forethought heel, and I think they are kind of like your toes, so I might be able to make my socks with just these needles. And I am going to try, because I am very, very excited about how much the gauge has changed and how much is smaller, so it really fits well for me. Can you see the difference between the gauge, how much bigger the stitches are here and how much smaller they are here? I know that this is a rib, but I still feel that the stitch itself, it's a lot smaller and tighter here, and I really like that. So I made these socks with, let me look on my journal here, with the ritual dies, and I have, it's the fingering 2-ply. This color is Star, and it was on my stash for a very long time. So it is Maiden, which is their fingering 2-ply twist with an 80/20 Southwest Merino and nylon. The skein had 400 yards for each 100 grams, and I like to divide my yarn this way. I know that I have enough, so I still have this much, which is for the first half, for the first sock, and I made the whole sock with, I just put the little tiny bit here of this 3 rows of the contrasting color, and I'm going to make the toe with the contrasting color, which I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, but I decided to do just for a little bit of a color variation. I cannot remember which yarn this one is. It was a little mini I had on my stash, and I think it was a Christmas Advent from Knitted With, but I am not completely 100% sure. And the other ball is here for the second sock, and from the first sock, because I divide in 2 exact same 50 grams for me to have an idea of what I have, and I have 10 grams left of this for the first sock. So I think that I will finish this today. I'm doing the toes right now, and I'm making pretty good progress, but I kind of wanted to start the the August Cuff Club and I am not sure if I can finish and work on the second sock, which it's also another objective of mine, is to work on something and finish. I have 2 or 3 pairs of socks that I only have 1 sock, but I think it's okay. I will finish it. So going on to my next project is I am making, at Flock I found a yarn that I fell in love with it, and I will show you the picture here so you can see it looked like a beautiful bouquet, and I could not resist. And it was the gray drizzle fiber, and this was the rainforest beanie bundle. I have them all in a plastic bag, so I don't know if you'll be able to see well, because I already winded them and I put numbers on them of the sequence that I would like them to be. I usually try to do that when I'm making a project that has a sequence, so I don't have to struggle trying to figure out. I sometimes make a picture, but of when I put them in the order that I would like to go, but it works much better for me if I just have a little tag in there, and I put the number of the sequence in which that is going to go. And this is but you'd like to know what I'm making with that, right? It is the beanie, the rainforest beanie, and it's by positivelyyarning.com. And I am very excited to make this one because this is a crochet project, and my husband has a crochet hat that he actually bought because he loved it so much, and it looks very much like this one that I saw, and I was very excited because now I can repeat that project. And for the main color, they had a yarn, but I did have this yarn here that I thought it was going to work perfectly well, so I decided to not get the second one, and I decided to use my own yarn for this, which I have not. This is La Bien-Aimée, and it's Felix, and I cannot tell you the color right now because I don't have the ball band here. I took it out to put on my project page, and I did not put it here yet, but I will write down the color for you. This is La Bien-Aimée, and is the Felix yarn, and I will have the color over here. I'm very excited about this project because it's going to be another Christmas present, a Christmas project, and I am very and super happy to make that one. And I also like to have a crochet project on my needles going, and that's kind of exciting for me to have that. The next project is my most exciting project that I'm making right now, and it is the Ovis sweater by Caitlin Hunter. And look at this picture, isn't that amazing? I am making this for myself for the Sacred Sheep festival that is going to happen here in Portland, Oregon in November. I am very excited to go to that one. Also have gone to the very first one, and then last year to the second one, and this is my third year, and I am super excited about it, and I'm super excited to make to be part of the make along, so I can have my sweater to wear, and then we all gonna take pictures when we are there at the festival. So I am using and this is my entry on my journal, and I'm so happy to show you guys because I have been very faithful, and I have been putting an entry for every project that I made this year, and I am super happy with my that I have been maintaining every single month, and I'm able to have that on my on my journal. In the beginning of the month, what I do is I put a little my first page with what I finished for the month before. I put it right there. Then I put what I'm working on and my future plans for that month. So and then I have an entry page for each project, and then I have the notes for each one of those projects. So I'm pretty happy with how I have been able to keep up with that. And for my Ovis sweater, I am using the same yarn that Caitlin Hunter did, and I am in love with this one. This yarn is so fluffy, it has a bounce, and it stretches a little bit. And I have to say, I don't know if it's because I've been working with so much yarn from like summer yarn and plant-based yarn that don't have any give. It's been so much fun to work with this yarn. And this is the Ritual Dye Marona, and it's a 3-ply DK with made with US grown and milled 100% Cornwall wool. It has 250 yards for each 100 grams. And I am going to make mine with the natural color, which is this one here, and black, which is the obsidian. I am so excited, you guys. I can't even tell you how excited. I don't have very much. I just started last night, so I just finished the German short rows, or the increases for the back, and this is a top it's top down sweater, and parts of it is knitted flat, and it's mostly done with charts. So if you don't like charts, maybe this will not be a project for you, but if you like and you're comfortable, this I think is a modern variation of Princess Di sheep sweater. I don't know if you've seen that before. I saw that a few months ago. I had never seen it before, and I really wanted to make it, but I thought, oh my gosh, it was so much work. And but this one from Caitlin Hunter, not only it's a make along, but also for me it's a modern version of that one, and it's just so pretty, and I can't wait to have mine ready. So if you are a knitter, I think you love sheeps, and you would love this sweater also. If you go into Sacred Sheep, I really encourage you to participate on the make along and to make this sweater with us. This is going to be so nice to see all this when we are there at the festival. So I think that's it for me for projects that I have on the go. I have lots of plans for future plans, because we are going on a trip after 35 years of planning. My husband and I, we have planned for 35 years that one of our dreams was to go to Europe, and we have never gone because we ended up going to Brazil almost every year until our kids were in high school. Then after they were in high school, we would go every other year. So it was difficult to go to Brazil every year and still make a trip to Europe. So this time we are going to be able to go, and we go in October, and I'm so excited. So I have been making plans to what, of course, as a knitter and crocheter, I'm making my plans to what I'm going to take with me. I don't want to take very big projects with me, but I'm going to keep and save this for my episode in the end of September, and I will tell you all about it and all my planning and what I'm going to do. So for now, I think that's it. We have been doing a lot of traveling just around here in Oregon. We have been enjoying this summer with my grandson, and we have been just enjoying time with family and relaxing. And now we see that the weather is starting to change just a little bit, so I'm very excited for the fall. I hope that you are too. Tell me on the comments what you've been working on and what you've been doing. And until I see you again, stay healthy, keep knitting, crocheting, crafting, and doing what makes you happy. I'll see you soon. Ciao.